Hello, welcome back to Miss Bell's classroom. Today we are going to be learning about something called story elements. This says story elements, and the story elements are usually in fiction books, which means that they are in make-up or make-believe stories that are not real. So one of the things that we're going to learn about today is characters. Most fiction books have characters. We're also going to learn about the setting of a fiction story, and we're going to learn about what a problem is in a fiction story and what a solution is in a fiction story. So before we read some stories, we're going to go over what these words mean so we can have some sort of idea before we start reading. So characters are usually the people, or they could be animals, and sometimes they're talking objects. So we have people, animals, and sometimes talking objects, like in the book that we read last week, The Day the Crayons Quit, how the crayons would talk and tell stories. Then we're going to be looking for setting, and the setting is where or when the story takes place. So sometimes it could take place inside a house or outside, for example, and when sometimes stories take place in the future, they take place right now, or sometimes they will take place in the past. And then we're going to be looking for a problem, so something bad that happens in the story that the characters have to fix. And in fiction stories, if there's a problem, there usually is a solution, and that is how the characters fix the problem. How the characters fix the problem. So when we read today, we're going to be looking for characters, what the setting is, what the problem is, and what is the solution of the stories we're going to read today. Does anyone have any questions so far about this? None? Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start reading. So I'm going to erase this, and I'm going to make a new chart so we can take notes about the character, setting, problem, and solution. first story that we're going to read today is called The Three Little Pigs. And boys and girls, remember that we're looking for the characters, the setting, the problem, and the solution. So I'm going to read this and we're going to come up with all of these story elements today. Okay, The Three Little Pigs. Once upon a time, there were 3 little pigs who lived with their mother in a meadow. One day, the mother pig said to the 3 little pigs, "You need to go out into the world and make your own way." So they waved goodbye, and out into the world they went. The pigs decided to build houses near the woods. A big bad wolf lived in the woods. He was not happy when he saw the 3 little pigs building houses nearby. The first little pig was lazy. He made a house of straw. The big bad wolf huffed and puffed and blew it down. The second little pig worked a little harder than the first little pig. He made a house of twigs. The big bad wolf huffed and puffed and blew the house down. The third little pig made a house of bricks. The big bad wolf huffed and puffed and huffed and puffed, but the house did not fall down. This made the big bad wolf very, very angry. He went up on the roof and tried to get into the house through the chimney. He climbed into the chimney and slid down into a pot of boiling water. He ran out of the house and never came back. Okay, so we are going to discuss who were the characters in the story, where was the setting, what was the problem, and what was the solution to the problem. So, boys and girls, does anyone know who was a character in this story? Yes, the wolf was a character. Were there any other characters? Yeah, there were pigs. There were 3 pigs. And was there any other characters? Did anyone see any others? No. I think we got them all. Sometimes you'll have more than that. And I'm even gonna put the 3 pigs. And boys and girls, where was the setting? Where did the story take place? In the town? Can we be more specific? Where did the story take place? And the setting actually changed. Where did it take place? So there was the first house, which was the straw house. Was there another setting? The stick house. And where was another one? The brick house. So that was where it took place. It doesn't really tell us when it took place, so we could just assume that it either happened the present time or in the past. Okay, boys and girls, now we're going to talk about the problem and what happened in the story that the characters were trying to fix. Was there any problem in this story? Yes. Yes, the wolf blew the house down. Houses down. And what was the solution to the problem? The brick house was strong, so the third pig brick house that the wolf couldn't blow in. Very good. Any questions about this so far? No questions? Okay. If you think of any, raise your hand. We're going to read another story, and this is one of my favorite stories. In this story, we're going to be looking again for the story elements. So we're going to be thinking about the characters, the setting, the problem, and the solution. So I'm going to write this down to make sure that you are thinking about all of these things. We want to think about who are the characters. Where is the setting? What is the problem? And what is the solution of the story? How does the problem get fixed? So listen carefully, be paying attention and trying to figure out what these things are. The Gingerbread Man. A little old man and a little old woman stayed in a cottage. One day, the woman made a gingerbread man for dinner. She decorated the gingerbread man with eyes made of currants and buttons made of cherries. But when she took out Gingerbread Man from the oven, he jumped out and ran away. The old woman and her husband ran after him, but Gingerbread Man was too fast for them. Neither the pig, nor the cow, nor the horse who followed could outrun Gingerbread Man. Now, Gingerbread Man came to a river and didn't know how to cross it. A sly fox came up to him and offered to help him cross the river. He asked him to sit on his tail, but Gingerbread Man began to get wet. Then the fox told him to sit on his back and finally on his nose. No sooner did Gingerbread Man sit on the fox's nose that the sly fox tossed him and gobbled him up. Who are the characters? Yes. Okay, so now that we read the Gingerbread Man, we're gonna figure out who are the characters, where is the setting, what is the problem, and what is the solution. So, boys and girls, does anyone know a character for the Gingerbread Man? Yes. Yes, the old woman is one of the characters. Were there any other characters? Old man. Any others? Yes. The Gingerbread Man. Were there any other characters in this book? Yes, the pig. Any others? The cow. Any others? The horse. Any others? The fox. Wait, I think that's all the characters. So let's think about the setting. Where did the story take place? So it took place at the old couple's home. Was there another place? Did the setting change in the story? Yes, it took place at the river. And what was the problem in this story? What were they trying to do that they were not able to do? And this one's kind of tricky. What do you think they were trying to do? Yeah, they were trying to catch the gingerbread man, but they were having a hard time because all of these characters were running after the gingerbread man and they could not catch him. So how did they fix that problem? Right. What was the solution, boys and girls, to the problem? How did they catch the gingerbread man? Because the old woman, the old man, the horse, the cow, the pig, they couldn't catch the gingerbread man. So what did they do, or how did they catch the gingerbread man? Yeah, so the fox tricked the gingerbread man. And the fox tricked the gingerbread man by helping him across the river, and then he ate him. Does anyone have any questions about this so far? No questions? Okay. So, we are going to read one more story today, and you all are doing a great job. Alright, so we are going to read a third story again, and we're going to identify the story elements. So we're going to be looking for the characters, the setting, the problem, and the solution. The third story we're going to read today is The Tortoise and the Hare. So be paying attention to who are the characters, where is the setting, what is the problem, and where is the solution today. Tortoise and the Hare. The hare was boasting off his speed before the other animals. "I have never yet been beaten," said he. "When I put forth my full speed, I challenge anyone here to race with me." The tortoise said quietly, "I accept your challenge." "That is a good joke," said the hare. "I could dance round you all the way." "Keep your boasting till you've won," answered the tortoise. "Shall we race?" So a course was fixed and a start was made. The hare darted almost out of sight at once, but soon stopped, and to show his contempt for the tortoise lay down to have a nap. The tortoise plodded on and plodded on, and when the hare awoke from his nap, he saw the tortoise just near the winning post, and he could not run up in time to save the race. Then the tortoise said, "Slow but steady progress wins the race." Okay, boys and girls, I would like you to think about who are the characters, where is the setting, what is the problem, and what is the solution to the story. Okay, so who do we think the characters are in this story? Remember that characters can sometimes be animals. Yeah, the tortoise. Were there any other characters? The hare. Very good. Were there any others? No, I think those were our two main characters. Where was the setting at? Yeah, it was at like a race track. What was the problem in this story? Yeah, the problem was that the hare kept boasting, and boasting means bragging, that he was faster than everyone. Very good. What was the solution to the problem? How did they stop Hare from boasting that he was a faster runner than everyone? Yeah, the tortoise beat the hare in a race. Very good. Any questions about the story elements so far today? Alright, very good. That is all we have for our reading lesson today. Thank you for tuning in to the reading lesson today. I hope you learned a lot about the story elements, and have a restful sleep. Good night.